Hello everyone, my name is Emily and this is the second installment in my video series, 5 Ways to Improve Your Art Health. This video is all about how to improve your sketchbook by making it satisfying. Yes, satisfying. Not like weird kinetic sand videos on my Facebook wall satisfying, but more of a comfort to self kind of satisfying. Of course, our sketchbook is a tool we use to improve our skills as an artist, but this video isn't actually about that. This video is to help you want to work in your sketchbook. A lot of the time we find ourselves getting wrapped up in making finished products, and I think we all need to take a step back and reestablish our love for doodling. Tip number 1, use different mediums. A common theme throughout this video will be adding texture. The more texture that's added to the pages of your sketchbook, the more it will have that nice, extra thick, finished feeling once you complete it. Using different art mediums in your sketchbook is not only a great way to add texture, but it also helps to add interest as you flip through. Just make sure your sketchbook is equipped to handle any medium you decide to use. I'm currently using a large Moleskine sketchbook, which handles most wet mediums very well as long as I'm not oversaturating the page. In terms of what mediums to use, I feel that black pen typically contrasts very well with any other colored medium, so that's what I use the most in my sketchbook. It also helps to fine-tune the structure of my work as it pressures me to not make too many mistakes. Otherwise, watercolor, marker, gouache, and colored pens are my favorite mediums to use in my sketchbook. But really, when it comes to art mediums, the sky's the limit. You use whatever you want to. Tip number 2, draw on random pages. This one is more for those of us who get stressed out when we see how much blank space is left in our sketchbooks. If you flip to a random page to work, over time it creates the illusion that more of your sketchbook is filled. When you close your sketchbook, you'll start to see the texture of the completed pages spread out. When you're filling out your sketchbook in chronological order, it's too easy to keep track of the pages that are empty, ergo seeing a physical representation of things you've not accomplished yet. All those blank pages just staring at you, silently judging you. When are you going to fill us, Emily? Don't you love us, Emily? You're a terrible mother, Emily. Why don't you go eat a foot? Anyway, spreading out your work is a great way to avoid that feeling. I'd even recommend filling your sketchbook out in both ways, chronological order as well as working on random pages. That way, you can also experience the feeling of a bunch of completed pages all snuggled up against one another without that constant ebbing and flowing of the worry of the blank pages hovering above you. I can't be the only one. Tip number 3, utilize cutouts and glue ins. This one is pretty self-explanatory. You can glue outside sketches into your book or cut out negative space in your book. This is all for texture and visual appeal, really. Well, it's also kind of nice when you can cut out a bit of extra white space in your sketchbook. And don't act like it's not a little bit of a relief. And no, I do not consider it cheating. This tip came to me years ago while I was watching accepted and rejected CalArt sketchbook tours, all of which were amazing, by the way. I saw pages with cutout peepholes and fully cut out images, and all of that really resonated with me. And of course, on the opposite side are glue-ins, and glue-ins are great because you can work on other kinds of paper and then transfer that into your book. What's also cool is you can even work on things like napkins or human flesh and then just glue it in. What? Oh, you can't? Okay, I'm being told you can't use human flesh like that. Another little bonus tip is to highlight certain images using a gloss medium. I did this in the front of my book. It does nothing other than add texture, but damn, do I love the way it looks. I use High Shine Mod Podge to achieve this effect, but you can also use like acrylic gloss medium or something similar. Tip number 4, doing full spreads with both pages. Sketchbooks are great for doing a bunch of smaller scale drawings, but what about something a little bigger? By utilizing both pages of your open sketchbook, you can create larger pieces that will add a lot of interest to your sketchbook. Also, don't be afraid to change the orientation of your drawings. It's your damn sketchbook. If by chance you have someone flip through it and they start complaining about having to rotate, then they can go frank their slap hole. Full spreads, no pun intended, are also a great way to add a polished sketch into your book. Yes, your sketchbook is meant to be rough, but it's always nice to have a few nicely polished pieces strewn about the pages. Tip number 5, draw something every day, even if it's total BS. Yes, I know you're probably sick of seeing this tip pop up in lists like this, but it really is important, not only for getting better as an artist, but also because everyone needs a little time to themselves during the day. I find that taking my sketchbook outside and drawing something, anything, helps my brain calm down after a long day. But here's the thing about this tip. You don't necessarily have to draw a serious anatomy study every day. You can draw total BS, as the title of the tip suggests. One time I was literally so starved for ideas I just drew a fish. Or you can also grab your watercolor set and just let them flow onto the page. You don't even have to draw an actual subject. You can just make patterns or swatches or textures. I really enjoy laying down blocks of flat colors on random pages so I can sketch over them later. The most important thing to remember is that this is your sketchbook and you can put whatever the hell you want in it except for human flesh. I hope these tips were helpful in making your sketchbook all the more satisfying. This video was brought to you in part by Skillshare.com. Skillshare is an awesome and interactive website dedicated to helping you learn a new skill. They've got thousands of video classes available from art to business and more. What's also great about Skillshare is that they're more affordable than most learning platforms out there. Their annual subscription rate is less than $10 a month. That's way cheaper than most people's monthly coffee expense, and even cheaper than DeBabe's monthly diaper and milk expense. He's literally eating and pooping me out of house and home. Send help. Being a mother to an 11-month-old scream machine, I don't have the luxury to leave the house to take a physical class, but with Skillshare, I have access to their online classes virtually anywhere. Today's video was made in part with the help of a class I took on hand lettering. The course is called Hand Lettering Workshop, Illustrating with Lettering, taught by Kate McDevitt. It's an awesome class all about creating interesting pieces of art using different handwritten fonts and symbols. I used some of the information I got from this class to create a few of those sketches I created in this video. The first 500 people to click the link in the description will get their first 2 months of Skillshare Premium membership for free. Don't feel like you need an inordinate amount of time or money to learn a new skill. Skillshare can help you do it affordably and on your own time. So join today. Also, don't forget, you guys, that the final installment of my 5 ways to improve your art health video series, that was a mouthful, comes out on Friday, September 28th. Also, my Etsy store is finally open with all my charms and earrings and prints and small original pieces. So if you've ever wanted to own something that I made, definitely click the link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. And don't forget to stay out of trouble. See you guys later.